Hey everybody, it is me, Nicole Rivera from the Stop Writing Alone podcast, and here on the MV Rivera YouTube channel, sharing writing prompts and exercises all year round so you and I can write 52 stories in 52 weeks this year. Can we do it? Are you doing it? Are you up to number 15 this week, or are you a little behind? I actually haven't done my tally. I'm sure I'm behind. I'm always behind, but we'll do it. This week is wacko week for me because the family is on vacation. So my son's going to be here. My husband's going to be here. So I'm thinking family. We're going to be seeing family this week. And so I wanted to bring this week Storymatic back, but Storymatic Kids. Because this is basically just like Storymatic Classic. If you've been watching throughout the years that here on MV Rivera, I've shared the Storymatic prompt box, I don't know how many times. It's a deck of cards. There are two different color cards. One set of cards gives you various character traits. The other set of cards gives you scenarios or objects, things that thrust you into story. And you combine them together to get your prompt to get you into story. So for Storymatic Kids, the colors of the cards are yellow for the character cards and blue for the story cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select two cards that are yellow, and we're going to take those two cards and combine them to create a character, a main character for our story. And then I'm just going to pick a blue card so that we can have something to write about with this person, or maybe not a person, depends on what we get. The great thing about Storymatic Kids is that it is exactly the same game, but there's so many cool different types of cards in here that you won't find in Classic. And while it's definitely great for people who have kids and families, for those of you that don't or aren't interested in sharing your writing with the family, this box also just gets you into fun sort of fantasy type things or magical things. You'll see, I think. We'll see when I pick our two cards. So let's get started. Let me pick two yellow cards to find out what kind of character we will be writing about today. So the first card that I have is Police Officer. So our character will be Police Officer, but now we need the second card to get a little bit more information about them. Magician. So we have a police officer, magician, or a magician police officer. Remember, this is not a police officer and a magician. These two cards come together to make our one character. This is a police officer, magician, or a magician police officer. You decide. And the story, blue card that we're going to get, Smoke. That's it. You have your character and you have your thing that's happening or thing that's going to be included in your story. A police officer, magician, smoke. Storymatic Kids does have a little booklet just like all of the Storymatic games, and included are the two rules of Storymatic. They're the same rules as always, but I will read them to you in case you don't remember. Rule number 1, your main character should change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. It doesn't have to be a big change. So again, every time I read this rule, I say it. It's a great rule just to have in story writing, period. But definitely this week, make sure your character changes somewhat from the beginning to the end. And number 2, keep your main character alive. So, you don't like writing about police officers or magicians? Too bad. You're stuck with the guy or gal or whatever all the way through, because that's the rule of Storymatic. Also in the book are various ways that you can play the game, mix it up, maybe do some different things with the cards. But I decided to go classic with you this week, and I hope that you have fun with this story, whether you do it alone or you do it with the family and share it with everybody. I will put a link in the show description for the Storymatic website so that you can grab your own box of either Storymatic Kids or Storymatic Classic. They also have other non-Storymatic games like Rememory, which is great for creative nonfiction writing or just tapping into family stories. It could be another one that's good for vacation. And oh my goodness, Synapsis. Why I couldn't remember the name. Synapsis is a great game that is inspired and really influenced by improv. So really gets you thinking on your feet. We'll probably be looking at that sometime this year. So yeah, and it's been on this channel. So you can search on the MV Rivera channel for Synapsis. You can search for Rememory. You can search for Storymatic. They'll all be there because I love these games. I even have Storymatic Colonial Williamsburg, which is a very hard thing to find. But that is it for this week. You're writing about police officer, magician, police officer, and smoke. Have fun, happy writing, and I will talk to you next Friday.
It's time to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss another video, and stop writing alone by joining the Mighty Network's Stop Writing Alone network to find your writing peeps today. Also, let's not forget where this all started in the Stop Writing Alone podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, including this YouTube channel. One more reason to subscribe now.